Hello and welcome once again to Red Gaming Tech for your daily dose of the latest gaming news as of the 29th of June. My name is Amata and today I have some news for you concerning Total War Rome 2, which has its minimum and recommended system specifications released by Sega. Of course, this game is coming out not too far in the future, September 3, but the main focus of this video is the minimum and recommended specs for your performance to see what kind of graphics you can expect on your particular machine. So the minimum specifications. OS has to be XP, Vista, Windows 7 or 8. Processor, you need at least a 2 GHz Intel dual-core processor or a 2.6 GHz Intel single-core processor, 2 gigs of RAM, graphics-wise 512 megabytes of DirectX 9.0 compatible card. This is shader model 3 with vertex texture fetch support, and of course you need DirectX 9.0 as you might imagine. A whopping 35 gigs for hard drive space. You heard me right, this game will take 35 gigs of your space, and the resolution you can kind of expect is, or the resolution you should have, sorry, is 1024 by 768. And of course now we have the recommended specifications. They haven't actually released optimal. Usually you have 3 stages of specifications released for games: minimum, recommended, and maximum, but unfortunately these 2 tiers are all we have to play with. OS wise, they recommend for optimal performance Windows 7 or 8. Processor wise, you need a 2nd generation Intel Core i5 processor or greater. 4 gigs of RAM. Graphics wise, you want 124 megabytes of DirectX 11 compatible graphics card, and of course you want DirectX 11 installed as well. Again, 35 gigs of HD space, and of course a screen resolution of 1920 by 1080. So, specification-wise, actually pretty reasonable, especially compared to some of the specs I've revealed for you guys. I remember not too long ago doing the specifications for Metro Last Light, and how the recommended specs for that was actually an Nvidia Titan, which just made my jaw hit the floor a little bit. But despite the impressive graphics that we have seen previewed in various trailers, demos and so forth for Total War Rome 2, it seems like you should be able to run this game on pretty much anything. It's a little bit strange how it does support a single core processor. It's not something I've seen in quite some time. Usually it's dual core minimum for these kind of games, but obviously they put in some optimization so people with a machine that's kind of old or just maybe not as powerful can actually run this game on the lower settings. So yeah, not too bad at all. It's a huge amount of hard drive space. I mean, honestly, 35 gigs is actually massive, and I'm sure it's going to scupper some people's hopes of actually putting this game on an SSD and, well, getting those loading times reduced. But I doubt many of you are going to have an SSD with that kind of memory because they're very expensive. I'm sure some people out there do, but I think a lot of people have had their SSD hopes, well, quite basically squashed to pieces by this particular reveal. Anyway, that's me done for this video. Any thoughts and opinions down below? Well, hit me up with them. I always want to hear from you guys. Good to get some dialogue going. But thank you again for watching. I'll see you next time.